Hey guys, okay, so yeah, I still don't have an intro for these videos, I guess you could say. So yeah, but hopefully I will, and hopefully I'll have everything done and stuff like that. My channel is probably going to be under construction for a bit because I'm still, figuring out everything and stuff like that. So yeah, but anyways, that is not what today's video is about. So today is a very special day, and this is also a very special video. So today is my 10-year anniversary on LpsTube slash YouTube. So if you did not know, I made my LPS channel on April 28th of 2014. I was 12 or 13 years old. I can't exactly remember. I think you had to be exactly 13, but I think I was like a year younger than that. But I started making LPS videos and stuff like that. You might remember some of my older videos, like my first ever series, which was called The War Inside Me, which was really bad because literally it was a series kind of based off of LPS Popular. I'm pretty sure all of us back then, at least some of our series, were based off of LPS Popular. I'm pretty sure everybody in the LPS community has made some type of LPS Popular related series, and I definitely have. So, yeah. But, yeah, little old me made a channel at 12 or 13. And yeah, and it's crazy to think because I'm literally older than that now, and I'm an adult, and it seems like crazy that it's been that long. It doesn't even feel like it's been 10 years. So if you didn't know, last year for my 9-year anniversary, I did a half music video because I wasn't able to film an entire music video. And also, I have pretty much missed my anniversary a few times on YouTube because you gotta realize that April, when I was younger, I was in school and I would literally forget, kind of when I started my YouTube channel, and I would always, miss my YouTube anniversary date, and I don't know how. It's just my brain just wouldn't remember that it was on the 28th, and also sometimes I wouldn't be able to find time to do something for it. So I've been trying to do something every year. I've been trying to remember it's on the 28th, it's on the 28th, it's on the 28th of April. Come on. So at least I'm going to be trying to make things for it. It's crazy to believe it's been 10 years that I've been doing this and that I've been making series and that I've been making different LPS content and all that stuff. It seems crazy, and telling my characters stories and telling them just through plastic toys. So today's video, I was thinking of what to do for my 10-year anniversary. I was thinking of what to do for my 10-year anniversary on YouTube, and I was going through different ideas. I was gonna make a music video, but I didn't really want to do that again. So I decided that I want to tell you guys what LpsTube means to me and pretty much LPS in general. So I just wanted to talk to you guys about all that. So yeah, I just want to tell you guys what it means to me. So yeah, so I hope you guys will enjoy this little celebration with me, and I will talk to you guys about what LpsTube means to me and what LPS mean to me. So LpsTube first. So LpsTube, if you guys don't know, I found LpsTube I think when I was I want to say I had to be probably 10 or 11 because I had an iPad that I would share with my brother, and he would play games and watch stuff, and I would play games and watch stuff. And I went on YouTube one day, and I don't remember if I just searched in. I don't remember if I searched in LPS or I searched in Little Pet Shop. I think I searched in Little Pet Shop, and I saw videos pop up, and I was very excited as well as confused because I didn't even know people made videos with the plastic toys. So my first ever video I watched was Stuck in Traffic Part 1 by Go Green Girl, known as Lexi's Lair today, but I watched Stuck in Traffic Part 1, and then I watched Stuck in Traffic Part 2, and she was pretty much my inspiration because she was the first ever LpsTuber I watched. And then I started gradually watching other LpsTubers like Sophie GTV, LPS Hannah, and a lot of other people that I'll probably put on the screen that at least I remember watching. But I watched a lot of the bigger ones, and I was very interested in them. I was pretty much watching LPS Popular when I was like 12, so I probably shouldn't have been watching it at like 11 or 12, but because pretty much that series is made for teenagers, because pretty much teenagers are the only ones that will like understand what's going on in it, but still I watched it. But it was a series that inspired me to do the war inside me. And LpsTube, I just feel like we're kind of like a family as a whole. We make creative content. We have been through a lot with, COPPA and parents getting mad at us sometimes because of series we make or something, because children don't advise their parents before they watch something that is not suitable for them to watch. But for LpsTube, I have been through a very, very long journey, and I'm very, very thankful that I've been able to make videos and that I've been able to inspire some people. And LpsTube is made of a lot of smaller creators. I know that LpsTube has like a lot of bigger creators, but a lot of LpsTube is made up of smaller creators, whether they speak English or whether they speak other languages. There are smaller LpsTubers as well as bigger LpsTubers that are for everybody. Some people don't make family-friendly content. Some people make like darker series like I do. And then some people make family-friendly content. You just gotta find the ones. But I think it is really, really cool that we can all come together and make a community with LPS. And I also make LPS videos because, as you know, some of us are not very good in front of a camera, or we don't do very good at talking in front of a camera, or we don't want to be in front of the camera. And we have another outlet to be able to use to have in front of the camera, like LPS. I know there's also people out there that make like Barbie videos and ones with like Beanie Boos and Webkins and like other different toys that people use to make things. There's also animation out there. It's just a lot of people, we would rather have something else in front of the camera than ourselves, as well as also a lot of us don't have the money to pay for actors and stuff like that, and it's just really hard to sometimes film with different actors in front of a camera, so it's just a lot easier for us to use LPS and have them as our little actors. So yeah, but I think LpsTube is a very wonderful place. There are some things that happen in the LPS community and the LpsTube community that is a little sad and disappointing, with like different things that are happening, especially like on LPS Instagram and stuff like that, with people not liking each other and then wanting to, hate each other. But we're all trying to, grow. At least we're all trying to grow, and we're trying to work on those things. But there are good and bad sides to the LpsTube community, and I want to definitely let you know that there are good sides to the LPS community, but there are also bad sides with people that will use LPS to use to their advantage of making not so good content with them. But I see the LPS community as pretty much like a big family, and I have met some really, really good friends through LPS. LPS has been a really good outlet for me to be able to make friends and be able to make videos, because I have so many characters. You guys don't even know how many characters I have behind the scenes that I still want to make stuff with, either series or backstories or something like that. The first character that actually got me to make a backstory was Crimson's. So everybody got to see the series that I made, which was In Love with a Killer. And after that, I pretty much wanted to do Crimson's original backstory because I've always wanted to tell Crimson's actual story, even though his story in Love the Killer is a bit different. So I wanted to show his backstory and everything, so I did. And then it made me want to create Arrow's backstory because I made a music video with Arrow, and it was to the song Legacy by Motionless in White. And somebody commented wanting to know more about Arrow's story. So I started doing Arrow's story. Arrow's story is a lot longer than Crimson's, and I'm almost done with it. I should be done with it very, very soon because it only goes up to part 12. But I promise that I will be doing more backstories in the future. Arrow's is not the only one. I have a lot of characters. I hope I'm going to do a girl character next. I do have a few girl characters. I don't have as many girl characters as I have guy characters because I make too many guy characters, but I have a few girl characters that I would like to tell you guys their story, and hopefully you will know a bit more about them. So yeah, because some of them are mentioned in series, or some of them are mentioned in like other people's backstories, but you don't know their backstory. So yeah, but LpsTube pretty much to me is like a big community. There are some good and bad parts of it, just like every community. But I feel like we all grow and we all support each other and we all try to help each other to grow. And it is very nice to, go and see smaller LPS tubers. I really think we should definitely try to uplift smaller LPS tubers because we don't get a lot of recognition. We are probably at the lowest, but we don't get a lot of recognition because it's mostly just the bigger LPS tubers. And then people thought when the bigger LPS tubers left that like LPS Tube was like dead, and it's not. It is not dead. It is still alive. I kept seeing people like saying, is LPS Tube dead because of, Kappa and then the bigger LPS tubers leaving? No, LPS Tube to me is not dead. It is still very much alive. It is just the smaller creators that are also keeping it alive as well as the bigger creators. These smaller LPS creators, we should definitely get a bit more recognition because we are very, very small and we don't get a lot of recognition, and it's very hard to try to grow, especially with, Kappa and YouTube's really weird like system now where they don't even let people know if like when you subscribe to somebody, sometimes like the person you subscribe to, the videos don't even get like recommended to you like they're supposed to. You know how like you go in your subscription and that is where you subscribe to people, and sometimes people's videos won't appear for some reason, and it's annoying because like, well, we have people that subscribe to us, we want people to see the video, but the only way we can do that is if people actually see it, and YouTube wants to do something where they don't want you to see it. So there's like that little thing down there, I think it's still there, where there's like a bell and you can click on it, and you can also put like show all, like kind of notify you of all of them. I still have that on a lot of the YouTubers that I watch, or at least a few of them that I watch, so I can know when they upload, because as I said, you can't really know when they upload because YouTube doesn't want you to know. Also, we've had like issues with Kappa turning off. Well, it's not Kappa, it's YouTube got in trouble with Kappa, and then they had to start fixing their pretty much their entire like website. So now if you make children content or like animation or something, you get your comments turned off. And then we have the lovely pleasure of having to turn them back on. But I have had so many times where I have turned comments back on and YouTube has flat turned them back off, and I've turned them back on. And then I'll go like months and then I'll look back at a video and the freaking comments are turned off again. Like, I don't know what YouTube is doing, but YouTube keeps turning off like the comments, and it's annoying. It really is. I think a lot of us are annoyed by YouTube just continuing to turn off the comments because you want to see them. And also the really bad thing is that if people comment and then the comments get turned off and you turn them back on, the comments aren't there anymore. The comments are gone. So whatever comments you had on that video are now gone because YouTube pretty much deletes the comments when the comments are turned off. And also I think that pretty much happens a lot with also people who also turn the comments off, because I know there's like videos out there where people do turn their comments off, but it pretty much means that you can't see the comments and you can't see anybody's feedback. And it's like, we would love to see people's feedback to know if they like what we're making or if they don't like it. And it just sucks. And it's the same way with like the dislike button. We used to have a dislike button. It ain't there no more. I mean, it's still there, but we don't get to see like how many thumbs down there are. That helps with our, making content to figure out if people like it or not. But YouTube has done a lot of things and has hit the LPS community hard in different ways. I know some people are getting their videos monetized and some people are getting their videos demonetized. And some people are having it really, really hard with YouTube marking it as made for kids. And then you'll email them and try to tell them why it should not be made for kids. And then they'll look over again and then they'll tell you, nope, it's made for kids. Which sucks because a lot of the LPS tubers that are making videos are people who are teenagers as well as like young adults. And we're making videos and we're making them with mature content because we know what mature content is. Like they'll have like murder or killing in a video. There will be like some talk about alcohol or drugs or something in there that only really teenagers and adults would understand, because children don't understand that. They don't really know what that is because they haven't been taught about it and they don't really need to know what it is yet. But they don't know what that is and they have no idea like what's going on in the video at times. But it is made for teenagers and young adults that do understand what's going on and do understand those struggles and do understand like peer pressure and stuff like that. But the reason we make these is not because we don't, like, we know that children will stumble upon them. That's not the reason. We make them because we want to make a series and we are also adults. We can't always make family-friendly series. We're not that type of people. We know the struggles of life. We know like what teenagers and young adults can struggle with, and we want to make series that are our passion, because sometimes a lot of us have a dark passion for like series. I have a passion for dark series. I love dark romance. I love pretty much darker series that take a turn into like all of that stuff. That's what my passion is. I love to make dark series. I love to make characters that are dark. I do have a few characters out there that are like lighter characters. Not all my characters are dark, I promise that. There are a few characters out there that have like lighter backstories that are not so dark, like Arrows and Crimsons. I have a few characters out there that actually have pretty light backstories, or they are lighter characters and they're not darker characters. But I do enjoy making darker series, and a lot of us do enjoy making those. But LpsTube is pretty much just like you can find any genre. You can find fantasy, you can find drama, you can find like princesses and prince series, you can find like magic, you can find pretty much any genre that you love. You can pretty much find somewhere on LpsTube a series about it. But it is really, really amazing that we can all make videos. Like, it doesn't matter if you are 12 years old or if you are 25, you can make LPS videos. You can you don't even have to have a camera. You can literally just have like a iPad, a phone, and a lamp. Like literally for me, I have a lamp and an iPad. That's what I use. That's what I use to make my videos. There are people out there that have cameras, but you do not have to go out there and buy an expensive camera to make LPS videos. There are people here that have started with like camcorders that were probably so bad that that's how they started with them, but they gradually, went up to being able to afford a camera and everything like that. But you can literally make LPS videos with literally any device as long as it has a camera and as long as you can either download an app or you can just use the camera on your phone and film with it. But I really think that LpsTube is like really great for all of us. We can make series, we can show everybody our passion, we can just, show everybody what we want to create. There are so many people from different countries, different backgrounds, have different languages, and still make series and short films and all that stuff. And it's really fun to show our creativity and get inspired by different people. Like, I have watched so many LPS tubers that made darker series and it inspired me. Like, Red Lights was definitely one that inspired me to make some darker series. That Red Lights is by Jerry Berry. There is also like series like Red Liquid that used to be by, I can't remember her name, but if I remember what her name used to be, I'll put it somewhere on the screen. But I know she went by Anne, but I can't remember what her channel name was at the time. Also, LPS Blood Claws, she inspired me to make darker series, as well as LPS Vampires 1228, I think. She made the series Live to Die. She also inspired me to want to make darker series. So there's a lot of LPS tubers out there that have made me want to make darker series and just inspired me to make darker series in general. And there's a lot of people that get inspired by different people and really want to make, different series. And I just think this community is very wonderful and is a very good outlet for a lot of us who, want to film and want to make videos but don't want to be in front of the camera, or we don't have, the money or the financial thing to, get actors, or we might also find a interest in it and want to pursue it, because there's a lot of people out there that are doing like LPS videos and also want to get into the film industry. And that is really, really cool that there are people that started from LpsTube and then went to college and then want to also pursue in film, which is really, really cool. So like LpsTube and filming LPS videos gave them what they want to do in their life. They want to film, and it's really good that LpsTube has given them that want to film, wanting to go to college for film, wanting to learn different things about film. And also going to college for film can also help you with your LPS videos. It can help you figure out lighting and how to do different techniques and stuff like that. So I think that is pretty cool, and LpsTube is just really wonderful and all. There are some, as I said, there are some sides to it that we all kind of wish weren't there, but that's just how communities are, and YouTube as a whole. There are just some content on here with LPS that probably should not be on here and definitely shouldn't be, broadcasted to everybody. But yeah. Okay. As I said, I've been on here for 10 years. I've seen LpsTube grow a lot. People leave. I've seen so many bigger LPS tubers leave, smaller LPS tubers leave. It's kind of sad. I've seen so many people go, come back, go, come back, go, come back. And I understand that we all do get to a point where we either can't do LpsTube anymore, or we get burnt out, or we kind of forget it's there and we kind of, move on with our life and we do other videos or we go and do other passions. Because I know a lot of us are probably in like either high school or college or doing jobs or doing something else, and we can't exactly, always have time to film. Like when I was in middle school, elementary and middle school, that's pretty much where I started my channel. I had probably a bit more time to film than I do now, since I am an adult, and also in high school I didn't have a lot of time to film. And also, even though today I am an adult and I have a bit more free time, I can't always film because sometimes there are days where you just want to do something else with your free time. If I could, I would use like all my free time to film, but I have like other things I would like to do, and some people just don't understand that, just because we want to do LpsTube doesn't mean we can do it full time. Sometimes we have friends to hang out with, sometimes we want to do other things, but I have seen LpsTube rise and fall. I have seen bigger LPS tubers leave. Sadly, we had to say goodbye to LPS Hannah, and then sadly, we had to say goodbye to a lot of other bigger LPS tubers that kind of never came back. And then we've also had LPS tubers that just like vanished and like never came back, like Sophie GTV and like stuff like that. But we also have to realize that some of these people don't have the time for LpsTube as they once did, and some of them are growing out of it. And it is very, very sad that we have to say goodbye to those LpsTubers and just realize that they've grown up and they've grown out of it, because sometimes people just don't have the time that they used to have for LpsTube, which is very, very sad. But we do remember them from their videos. Some people from old LpsTube, they've kept their videos up. I mean, Sophie GTV has kept her videos up even though she's not posting anymore. She has still kept her videos up for people to still enjoy and still enjoy LPS Popular even though she's not really making anymore. And some people, like Isis LPS, that made A Life of Revenge and I think Wolves versus Cougars and like Angels versus Demons, they pretty much stopped making LPS series, but they're making animation now. Some people get into other things that are not really LPS because they've said they're not going to make LPS videos anymore, but they're making a animation series, which is pretty cool to see them, go from LPS to animation. But yeah, we can remember these people, and some of these people, luckily some of the LPS tubers that have kind of gone up and left or have stopped making LPS videos have at least kept their videos up for us to enjoy and show future generations and all of that stuff. So I think that is pretty cool that they've done that, and I think it's really, really good that they've done that so people can still watch the videos. It's kind of sad that we'll never get the ending to some of these, but at least we can watch and enjoy what what the old videos used to be that we used to enjoy and watch. Alright, so now I'm going to talk about LPS as a whole, because I've already talked about LpsTube. I'm sorry that I got into like also other rambles about different things. So yeah, but I just want to say that I really, really am very happy and I'm very grateful that I've been able to be a part of a community that is really, really wonderful and has its downsides, but every community does. But I'm very happy to be a part of this community, and I'm very glad that I was able to make LPS videos, and I have been making LPS videos for 10 years. That is still crazy that I've been doing that, but I have had so much fun making LPS videos for all these 10 years. Okay, now to get in the part of the video where I'm talking about LPS as a whole. Okay, so we all know that Gen 7 has come out. It came out pretty much in December for Canada, and then like January for the rest of the world, and then like February for kind of like also the rest of the world. So, yeah, I know some countries still haven't got the LPS yet because, Basic Fun is trying their hardest to get LPS out to everybody in the world, and everybody has a exact month that they're going to be getting it and stuff like that. Hopefully by the end of this year, everybody will be able to enjoy LPS and will be able to enjoy the Gen 7 LPS and be able to see and have Gen 7 LPS for themselves. I think it is really, really great that we've got a company that is kind of listening to us and actually is bringing back LPS because, we have all been like, at one point in time, we were all calling Hasbro, we were demanding LPS back, we were, trying to do something to get Gen 2 LPS out because a lot of us did not like Gen 3, we did not like Gen 4, Gen 5, and Gen 6, but there are some cute LPS out there from some of those generations, but some of them are horrifying and don't actually look like the LPS or the. Actually, there are some from like generation, I think it was like 3 or 4 that you couldn't even tell what they were. Like, I'll probably show one. Like, what is that? I have no idea what animal that even is supposed to be. Like, I'm very confused. There's a lot of like animals from different generations that we didn't even know what they were, and also we didn't like the LPS looking like that. We missed, the bobbleheads. We missed, being able to put accessories on them and not putting them in their heads. Because as you know, pretty much I think it was generation 4 or 5 where you could put deco pits in their head, and nobody really wanted a deco bit to put in LPS's head. They also didn't want to take the LPS head off to put an accessory on. But yeah, I think it is really great that Basic Fun has come out with the LPS, and there are some that have not very good paint jobs or their eyes are grainy, but you got to realize that the LPS are now being made in a factory. They're not being made like they once were. LPS like this one right here was made by hand. Well, they're printed. Their molds are made in a factory, but their paint was painted on by actual people. So just the mold of like this and the bottom was made by a factory, but the paint was actually painted by real people. So people actually painted like this LPS by hand. I can't even imagine painting, an LPS like this by hand and getting everything like correct, which would be very, very hard. And now LPS, like I'll show you one, like this one right here is a new generation LPS. It is a corgi and it has an alright paint job, but its eye is a little grainy and stuff like that, and has some parts where it's not painted. But that's pretty much what you're going to get with a factory made LPS. There are some out there that don't have certain things they're supposed to have on them, and there are going to be some paint errors and some mess ups, especially because they're trying to make them mass produced. So they're trying to get LPS out to everybody, and they're trying to make more so that they can give them to different countries, also so they can give them to different stores and stuff like that. So trying to mass produce them sometimes comes with paint mess ups, paint chips, and all that stuff, as well as trying to put them in their packaging and stuff like that. And sometimes paint isn't always going to stay on them. So it's kind of sad that, we can't always get an LPS that's in good condition, but it's pretty much like a chance game if you get a LPS with a good paint job or you get an LPS with a very bad paint job. But you can always fix it. There is paint that you can get, and you can try your best to mix colors, or you can ask somebody if they know kind of like what the color is, and you can try to paint it yourself. Like I know there's some LPS out there that have like mess ups and you actually have the paint, like There are some LPS that have white that might be messed up. You can definitely just use the white paint and fix it. But sometimes it's very hard to find the right paint to mix to make the right color, because I know we all don't want to take an LPS and then mix the wrong color, and then you can tell that that color is not supposed to be on an LPS. So yeah, but sometimes you can go to people in the community and they can tell you like, oh, this is the color that goes on it, and then you can mix that color and then you can paint and fix it. So yeah, but LPS, I think it is really, really good that we have LPS coming back. I do hope that that kind of, helps a lot of people be able to make more videos with newer LPS. And it is also exciting to see, LPS that aren't exactly the main 5. I'm not saying that the main 5 are bad LPS. I know a lot of people love the main 5. But it is great to see LPS that are not main 5s, like corgis and wolves and chameleons and birds and jaguars and like just different LPS that are not main 5s. And we all need to kind of, appreciate ones that are not main 5s, appreciate having these LPS, because like a lot of people, all they use is just main 5 LPS, main 5 LPS, main 5 LPS. I'm not saying main 5 LPS are bad, it's just some of these LPS should be appreciated. Like German Shepherds should be appreciated more, Dobermans should be appreciated more, birds, just like some other cats and dogs and other animals that should be appreciated that don't get appreciated because the main 5 has like thrown them out and you can't exactly see them in any other video, which kind of sucks. But that's why I try to incorporate like underrated LPS in my videos, like huskies and stuff like that, because I believe that they should be, loved as well, and like wolves and different things like that, because I know the main 5 LPS are a big thing, but I really think that other LPS that aren't main 5 should also shine as well. Also, I wanted to say that even though Gen 7 LPS are coming out, it does not mean that the Gen 2 LPS are going to go down in price at all. Gen 2 LPS are still a generation that are not being made anymore and are not being produced anymore. And that does not mean that the Gen 2 LPS are going down. A lot of people were saying, oh, well, I hope when the Generation 7 LPS come out, the Generation 2 LPS will be going down. No. That is not what's going to happen. The Gen 2 LPS are probably still going to stay at the same price they are, or a little bit higher, because Gen 2 is not being made anymore. You all have to realize that Gen 2 was made by Hasbro, and Gen 2 is not being produced by Hasbro anymore, because Hasbro does not own the LPS anymore. They own the old LPS, but they do not own any of these LPS that are being made by now. They're owned by Basic Fun now. Basic Fun bought out a few toys that Hasbro wasn't going to make anymore. Because I know a lot of people were getting very upset about like the My Little Ponies, and they were getting upset about how LPS were made and stuff like that. So Hasbro pretty much let Basic Fun buy the LPS brand and buy My Little Pony and buy a few other toys that they weren't going to make anymore. And Basic Fun could take them and make it what we all wanted it to be. But Gen 2 will still be the prices that they are. There are some prices that are ridiculous for LPS. I do not think one LPS should be $1,000. If it is $1,000, the LPS has to be made out of gold. I don't understand why some LPS are $1,000. I do understand some LPS are rarer than others, but no LPS should be literally $1,000. I am sorry, LPS should not be $1,000 unless the LPS is made out of gold. Then you can sell it for $1,000, but The last time I checked, I don't think there is any LPS out there made out of gold, so they should not be $1,000. I do understand that there are LPS rare out there like the Comic-Con cat and the Comic-Con hippo, but they should not be $1,000. There are not a lot of people out there that can afford a LPS for $1,000. That's usually how much rent costs, and some people have to pay their rent and not buy an LPS for $1,000. I do know, like, in this economy today, people are struggling and everything and need to make money and need to be able to pay for things. But $1,000 for one LPS is ridiculous because LPS are made out of plastic. Plastic, metal springs, and most of the LPS is made out of plastic and paint. And I don't think one single LPS should be $1,000. That is my opinion. I understand that other people have a different opinion, but that's just my opinion. And I understand that, people can put the LPS at whatever price they want, but I'm just going to say that sometimes when you put an LPS at $1,000, it's not going to sell unless somebody wants to pay $1,000, which some people do not want to pay $1,000. I understand the Comic-Con cat being a very high price and the Comic-Con hippo being a very high price, and I don't know if that bull terrier is actually like a real LPS, the one with the mask on it. I think it is. But those should be high prices, but not $1,000. There are people that are trying to sell the Comic-Con cat for $1,000. That is ridiculous. I understand that it was sold at 2009 Comic-Con and there was only a few ever made and there was only a few that were ever sold there, but you have to put the price down. You have to put the price down. And then there's also people out there that will take, let's just say, a random short hair. It'll be damaged and they'll put it like $50. People, when the LPS is damaged or the box is damaged, the price goes down. I don't understand why people do this. I know you want to make money and be able to make a good price on it, but when things are damaged, the price has to go down because nobody is going to want to buy an LPS that is damaged for $50. I'm sorry, but that's just how it is. People would buy it for less. Some people would take damaged LPS and fix them and, give them a, let's say, you have a Great Dane and you get it and the paw is gone. Some people will make it another paw out of clay, or they'll take it and they'll turn it into a custom because there are people in the community that make customs. And I know it is an authentic LPS, but it's a damaged authentic LPS. And some people will either give it another leg or paw, or they'll give it a second life as a custom that somebody can enjoy or love. And sometimes they can also, as I said, fix the leg, make it another leg, and give it a whole new life that it didn't have. So, yeah, but I understand that, people price LPS, but I think we should price some of them not as high as they should be, because I don't understand why 909 is being $1,000 either. She was sold at, I think, Target, but I do not understand why she is that price. It's really hard for people today to even get a hold of some LPS because people are pricing them at prices that should not be that high. It's like you want someone to buy the LPS, but they can't buy them because they're way too high. It's like we would all love to buy LPS. We would all love to have, all the Gen 2 LPS. But we can't do that when some of them are $100, $200, $300. But as I said before, no LPS should be $1,000 unless the LPS is made out of pure gold. If it's made out of pure gold, then you can put it as $1,000. But if it's not made out of pure gold, then it should be dropped. The price should be dropped. I think LPS are really, really cute and really, really amazing to be able to make videos with. I love a lot of the underrated LPS. I definitely want to do a video of my top 10 favorite, like, underrated LPS, and also my top 10 favorite LPS. I'm definitely going to do that in the future. I definitely want to do those videos, but I think LPS are just really, really amazing. There are some LPS that are questionable out there that they made, but I think LPS in, like, a whole, at least for Generation 2 and Generation 7, I think they are really, really amazing. There are even people out there that use Generation 5 LPS, or Generation 6. I think it's Generation 5 or Generation 6. There are people out there that use those. And we should all appreciate and not hate each other on what LPS we like. Because there are some people out there that do like Generation 4, 5, and 6, I think, is the ones. There are some people out there that do like those, and that might be the only ones they have. Because I know some people out there aren't able to buy old LPS, and the only ones they have are Basic Funds LPS now and Gen 5, Gen 6, Gen 4, Gen 5, Gen 6 LPS, and that's the only ones that they can use. So I think we shouldn't be hating on each other for, what LPS we like. We all have different opinions on what LPS we like and what LPS we don't from different generations, but we should still not hate on other people for, generations that we like. So, yeah, but I think LPS as a whole, it is very great to see LPS coming back. I really love also the G2. I'm hoping to get some more G2 LPS as well because, I want to order some more and grow my collection as well as growing my Gen 7 collection too. But it's just great to see LPS coming back and actually us being listened to, because before Hasbro was pretty much like tuning us out. Like they were just like acting like we weren't trying to help them. So, or like we weren't trying to get them to listen to us, and they pretty much weren't. They were just tuning us out and being like, "Nope, we don't hear you. We're just, making this LPS, not listening to you guys." But yeah, sometimes you gotta listen to your consumers because they're the ones that know what they want. But yeah, I think LPS as a whole, I think LPS are really, really amazing. I think underrated LPS should be used more. I think we should, use a lot of the, newer LPS, the Gen 7 and some stuff. And I think that we should, use some of the older LPS and also use some of the underrated ones. I'm not saying that you can't use main 5s. I'm not saying that, like, we're banning main 5. No, you can still use main 5s, but just give some of the underrated LPS a chance. I think that's what Basic Fun kind of did, because I know a lot of people were like, "Oh, well, where's the main 5s? I wanted a main 5. They might make that in the future, but right now they're trying to make underrated LPS because that might be the only molds they have for now. One day I'm pretty sure they'll make some more main 5 LPS, but as we all know, there's a lot of main 5 LPS out there. There are a lot of short hairs, there's a lot of Great Danes, there's a lot of Cocker Spaniels, there's a lot of Collies, there's a lot of Dachshunds, there's a lot of them, and that's probably why Basic Fun is waiting a little bit, because there's a lot. There is a lot of those molds, and it can be really hard to, figure out a different color or combination of what you want on an LPS that isn't already made. And I know that eventually one day they'll be making the main 5, but you gotta give them a little bit more time. They one day will make them, and they will make the people who want main 5 LPS very, very proud. But for now, if you look at LPS as a whole, the main 5s have more LPS than a few of the older ones. I think the only ones, at least the only LPS that I know that's underrated that have a lot, or I think frogs and there's a lot of butterflies, and I think there's a lot of dragonflies, and there's a lot of German shepherds, and there are like a lot of huskies, and I think that might be the only ones that have like a lot. I think Crouching Cats. I think Crouching Cats is like another one that has a lot, and I also know that bears, like panda bears and a few other of the bear molds, have a lot. Same way with like Persian cats and tabby cats, or the bonbon cats, and like some other different molds. But main five have a lot of molds and a lot of designs, and it's a lot of them in general. And I think Basic Fun is waiting to do that, and they're waiting to bring them out because also it's very hard to figure out designs that haven't already been made. And I know Basic Fun, people have been like going after Basic Fun and being like, well, this LPS looks very similar to an old LPS. Sometimes companies are going to make things that look very similar to an old LPS, but look, guys, this corgi right here looks nothing like the old one. The old one actually has a lot different markings. I'll show a picture somewhere on the screen of what the old one kind of looked like, but I think the old one is a darker color, a darker brown, and this one is very, very different to it. It's very, very different to it. And also, they made blind bags, or blind boxes, to kind of get rid of the plastic. Because, blind bags were what they were, and also, there is a way to tell what LPS are in the blind boxes, but blind bags, you could literally tell by the little window. There was people going to stores and, like, looking through the little window to figure out what LPS they were getting. But blind boxes, that helps to, help with the environment and help with not so much plastic. I know there's plastic in the boxes and stuff, but it's not as much plastic as it used to be because Hasbro used a lot of plastic, and they also used rubber bands. And as you guys know, rubber bands deteriorate over time. If you've ever got a old LPS like in a box, or if you've seen people, the rubber bands eventually deteriorate, and the LPS and the accessories are just flying everywhere. And now they've used these like little zip tie things, and they can put those around, and the LPS, like, it won't deteriorate. It probably will over time, but it won't deteriorate as quickly as rubber bands did. So you could probably have these LPS in the box for like years, and it probably won't deteriorate as bad as the rubber bands did. And sometimes when the rubber bands would, break or they would deteriorate, they would mess up the LPS, or sometimes they would stick to the LPS, or sometimes they would kind of melt onto the LPS and you would have a hard time trying to get it off. And rubber bands, just, they do not want to let go. But I think LPS, as in general, it's really great to see, people getting into LPS. Like, the Generation 7 is helping other people get into LPS, like younger generations. It's helping younger generations to see these toys and not being able to experience them. Because I know that some people are not as old as we are, and they've never been able to experience LPS. There's a lot of people out there that came late to LPS. Came when like Generation 3, 4, 5, and 6 were coming out, and not very many people got to enjoy Gen 2 like we did. And there's a lot of people that didn't even know Generation 2 was a thing. And some people just can't buy the Generation 2 because they're either too expensive, or, what's going on today is very hard to get LPS with the economy and everything that's going on. But yeah, and I think it's really helpful to, show future generations that this is what LPS kind of pretty much were back in Generation 2. This is what pretty much Generation 2 LPS were like, but they're not called Generation 2. They're called Generation 7. But still, it's like, it's helping children to be able to see these LPS and want to buy them and wanting to, spend their money on them and seeing the bright, fun little colors and stuff like that. Because the reason why these are all colorful is children are more drawn to colorful things, and they really like colorful things, and I think that's why they made a lot of these LPS really bright and really colorful. Hopefully they'll make some LPS that are a bit darker. I do like some of the darker colors, but I think the bright colors are definitely a very interesting. And as we all know, LPS are not the exact color of actual LPS or actual animals, actually. They're not the color of actual animals because that's just the way LPS are supposed to be. Some of them are just not supposed to be the exact color of an actual animal. They're just supposed to be very bright colored toys or darker colored toys that people love. And I think it is really wonderful that, it's helping for future generations to see LPS, and also that might help them to stumble onto LpsTube. We might have more LPS, like smaller LPS channels pop up using these new LPS, and we might get more smaller LPS tubers joining the community because they found these LPS and they want to make videos with them, which is really, really great. And then maybe they can discover that there's actually these Gen 2 LPS and maybe they can buy some of them. But I think it is really, really cool that, they're bringing them back and that future generations can be able to see these LPS. And it also reminds a lot of us of our childhood. It gives a lot of us nostalgia to walk into a store and see LPS again, because we have all walked into stores and haven't seen LPS for a very long time, or some of us have walked into stores and have seen LPS that we really did not want, and it just gives a lot of us nostalgia to walk into a store and see a section of the store or see like a shelf that actually has LPS on it. Like it's still like crazy. It's almost like a dream to like walk into a store and see LPS actually being on the shelf. I do know a lot of people bought theirs on Amazon, but there's a lot of people that were like, well, why don't you buy it on Amazon? Why don't you buy it on Amazon? Well, some people want to actually go into the store and experience nostalgia. Experiencing picking out LPS like you did back in the day. Like you did back in the day when you went into Toys R Us or when you went into any store that you went into and you saw LPS on the shelf and you started wanting to buy a lot of them, or you would get money for Christmas or your birthday or different holidays, and then you would run to the store after all those holidays and you would spend your money on LPS, and it's just very nostalgic to go into a store and see LPS being sold again, and it's just a lot of us just want to feel that nostalgia again. We want to feel the nostalgia of walking into a store and seeing LPS. It's almost like we were little kids. It's like back then when we were little kids getting Gen 2 off the shelf, seeing Gen 2 LPS all on shelves and wanting to buy almost every LPS we've seen, but not being able to buy them all because that would be like over a limit that we probably didn't have the money for. But a lot of us were buying like different Gen 2 LPS in stores, and this is like buying Generation 2 LPS all over again, even though they're Generation 7. But in a whole, I think LPS are really great. I am really excited for the new LPS. I'm excited to see what they're going to do with Wave 2. I've seen some images, and I just hope those aren't the actual images. We've all seen like pictures of what Wave 2 is supposed to look like. I hope that's not actually what Wave 2 is going to be looking like. I hope they aren't some of those colors, but we'll see when Basic Fun actually comes out with the Wave 2 of Generation 7. I'm very, very excited to see what else they come up with. I'm also very excited to see if they make any main 5s and what designs they decide to do with main 5s, if they choose to do those and when they choose to do them. I'm very excited to see that. So, yeah. I also just wanted to say to you guys, thank you for all of the support and all of the comments and all of the likes and all of the love on my videos over these 10 years. I know there are still some subscribers that are still here from me being on here for 10 years, which is crazy that you have literally been here watching me grow up, and we have been growing up together, which is crazy to think about. And I also know there are some newer subscribers here, so hello, I hope you are all very excited for the journey that you're going to see me continue to go on. I'm also going to be, unboxing more Gen 7 LPS that I'm going to be getting, and I've already done a video that I did. You guys can definitely go watch it. I'll put it down in the description below if you want to watch 2 videos where I unbox some newer generation LPS. I still have some other ones I need to unbox and some I still need to try to get. So yeah, but I'm very, very excited, and I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you for these amazing 10 years. I'm not quitting or anything. I'm pretty sure you're all like, are you quitting? No, I'm not quitting. I'm just saying thank you for 10 years. It is still crazy that I've been on here for 10 years. It's crazy to think that either 11 or 12-year-old me was making videos, and I feel old now because I'm now 22 and I have been making videos since I was like 11 or 12. It's crazy to think about that, and I did not think I would be here for like 10 years. I did not think I was gonna still be doing like LpsTube. It's crazy to think I'm still doing LpsTube after 10 years. I love this. There is nothing I regret. I am very happy that I found LpsTube, and I'm very happy that I have an outlet to show my characters and show people all this stuff. So, yeah, I'm very, very happy, and thank you guys just from the bottom of my heart for all the support, all the love on series and short films and music videos and pretty much any content that I'm making with LPS. So thank you very much, and I'm very, very thankful for all of the friends that I have met in this community, either through LPS Graham or pretty much any app that the LPS community is on. I'm very, very thankful and very, very glad that I met you guys, and thank you for being in my life, and I'm very thankful to still have you guys after a very, very long time, and I'm very glad that LPS was an outlet that I could find and also find people through who had the same like as mine. So that is really, really cool, and I just want to say thank you guys again, and let's go for many more years. I hope I can celebrate my anniversaries with you guys even more, like my 11th and 12th, and however many more anniversaries I have with LpsTube. So yeah, I just want to say thank you guys again, and I hope you guys are excited for more videos in the future. I am going to be working on my channel as hard as I can, because I know last year or a year or two ago, I think it was, I can't remember if it was 2022 or 2023, but I said I was going to rename my channel and all of that stuff, and I'm still under the construction of that because I'm having somebody make my main mascot. So yep, and I'm waiting for that, so I have to, wait on them, because I know that around April and May it is a busy time for people in either high school or college, because, they're taking their finals, they're doing things to help them in their major and all that stuff. So I'll wait, and I'm excited to show you guys. So hopefully by this summer I will have everything out of construction and you guys will actually be able to see the update video. I know I kept saying the update video was coming, but I just realized that it's really hard for me to try to do my mascot. I'm doing my other mascots because I'm going to have more than one. You guys are going to be very confused of how many mascots I'm going to have. I have a hard time picking through LPS, so yeah. But you guys will see, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sorry that I just rambled. I kind of just want to have a video where I kind of rambled. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed listening to me talk a lot, and I hope I didn't confuse you guys. I tried to keep on the topic of like what LpsTube means to me, but I think I got trailed off into LpsTube as a whole, and then I was trying to talk about what LPS means to me, and then I think I trailed off into LPS as a whole. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys are excited for more content, and just thank you for the amazing 10 years. I am still going to be here. I am not quitting. I have so many ideas that I'm still excited to share with you guys. So many more character backstories, so many more series, so many more short films, 5 things videos, 8 things videos. I have so much in store for the future, and I'm excited to show you guys those videos when they come out. I'm also going to try to do some short horror films because I really enjoy those. And sometimes we need horror films not just in October, we need them almost all year round. So I'm going to try to do some of those. I know that I've done a lot of like scary stories to tell in the dark or scary stories to show you the bone or something. I usually do those around October, but I might take one and maybe make it not in October. So, because there's a lot and it's going to take me forever to be able to do some of them because I only do about 2 of them in October. But I'm excited to show you guys all of those stories, and also I'm going to make some of my own horror stories that you guys will like. So that is pretty much all for this video, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for 10 years, and let's make it to 11 and 12 and many more years to come. So, yep. Please don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe, and join the werewolf pack. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay strong, world. Arr!